Hare Krishna. Wish you a warm welcome to all of you for assembling here on this auspicious occasion of Sri Nrsimha Caturdasi, the appearance day of Lord Nrsimhadev. So we welcome all our online viewers as well. Hare Krishna. So first we'll sing the Dashavastara Stotra. Pralayapayodi jale dhritavānasi vedam vihitra vahitra charitram akedam keshavadrita mina sharira jai jagadesha hare jai jagadesha hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Pralayapaya Dhritavānasi vedam Vihitram Vritamina Sharira Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Chitiriha vipulatare tishtati tava prishte Dharani dharanakina chakra garishte Keshavadrita kurma sharira Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Pritiriha vipulatare tishtati tava prishte Dharani dharanakina chakra garishte Adrika kurma sharira Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Vasati Dashana Shikare Dharani Tavalagna Shashini Kalanka Kalevani Magna Keshavadrita Shukara Rupa Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Dharani Alagna Shashini Kalanka Kale Keshavadrita Ukara Rupa Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Nisha Hare Tava Kara Kamala Varena Kamadbuddha Shengam Dalita Hiranya Kashipurtanu Bhringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Tena Kamadbuddha Shengam Dalita Hiranya Kashipurtanu Bhringa Keshavadrita Hare Rupa Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Jai Jagadesha Hare Chalayasi Vikramane Bale Madbhuta Vamana पादनक नीरजनित जन पावना केशवधृता वामन रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे अद्भुत वामना पादनक नीरजनित जन पावना केशवधृता वामन रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे क्षत्रिय रुधिरमय जगदपगत पापं स्नपयसि पयसि शमित भवतापं केशवधृता भृगुपतिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे क्षत्रिय रुधिरमये जगदपगत पापं स्नपयसि पयसि शमित भवतापं भद्रिता भृगुपतिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वितरसि दिक्षुरणे दिक्पतिकमनीयं दशमुखमौलिबलिं रमणीयं केशवधृता रामशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे दशमुखमौलिबलिं रमणीयं केशवधृता श्यामशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वहसि वपुषि विशदेवसनं जलदाबं हलहति भीतिमिलितयमुनाभं केशवधृता हलधररूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वहसि वपुषि विशदेवसनं जलदाबं हलहति भीतिमिलितयमुनाभं केशवधृता हलधररूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे नन्दसि यज्ञविदेरहः श्रुतिजातं साधय हृदय दर्शित पशुघाटं केशवधृता बुद्धशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे नन्दसि यज्ञविदेरहः श्रुतिजातं साधय हृदय दर्शितगशुघातं केशवधृता बुद्धशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जगदीश म्लेच्छ निवह निधने कलयसि करवालम् धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करालम् केशवधृता कल्कि शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे कलयसि करवालम् धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करालम् केशवधृता कल्कि शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे श्री जयदेव कवेरिदमुदितमुदारम् शृणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारं केशवधृता दशविधरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे कवेरिदमुदितमुदारम् शृणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारं केशवधृता दशविधरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे हरीश हरे वेदान् उदारते जगन्ति वहते भूगोलमुदिवृतातते दैत्यं धारयते बलिं चलयते क्षत्रक्षयं कुर्वते पौलस्त्यं जयते हलं कलयते कारुण्यमातन्वते म्लेच्छान् मूर्छयते दशकृतिकृते कृष्णाय तोभ्यं नमः वेदानुदारते जगन्ति वहते भूगोलमुदिवृते दैत्यं धारयते बलिं चलयते क्षत्रक्षयं कुर्वते पौलस्त्यां जयते हलं कलयते कारुण्यमातन्वते म्लेच्छान् मूर्छयते दशकृतिकृते कृष्णाय तोभ्यं नमः जय श्री नरसिंह देव भगवान की जय। But we want to read the translation. If there is another mic, we can take turns reading it. You can start. Get the other mic. I'll read the first one till then. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a fish, all glories to you. You easily acted as a boat in the form of a giant fish to give protection to the Vedas, which had sunk in the turbulent sea of devastation. Go ahead. You can read from there.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a tortoise, all glories to you. The great mountain Mandara rests upon your gigantic back, which acts as a pivot for churning the ocean of milk, and which has thus been marked with a large circular scar-like depression. In this way, your back has become most glorious.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a boar, all glories to you. The earth which has sunk to the bottom of the Garbha ocean sits fixed upon the tip of your tusk like a spot upon the moon.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who has assumed the form of a half-man, half-lion, all glories to you. With the wonderfully sharp nails on your beautiful lotus hands, you have ripped apart the wasp-like body of Hiranyakashipu.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a wonderful dwarf Brahmana, all glories to you. With your massive steps you deceive King Bali, and with the Ganges water emanating from the nails of your lotus feet, you deliver all living beings in this world.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who has assumed the form of Brigapati, Parshuram, all glories to you. You have bathed the earth in the rivers of blood from the bodies of the demonic Kshatriyas you have slain. In this way you wash away the sins of the world and give relief to those who suffer material existence.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Ramachandra, all glories to you. In the battle of Lanka, you destroy the 10-headed demon Ravana and distribute his heads as a delightful offering to the presiding deities of the 10 directions, a feat long desired by them all, whom that monster had much harassed.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of plough-wielding Balarama, all glories to you. On your brilliant white body, you wear garments colored like a fresh rain cloud in the river Yamuna, whom you frighten with the blows of your plough.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Buddha, all glories to you. Your heart filled with compassion, you decry animal slaughter. You performed according to the scriptural rules of Vedic sacrifice.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Kalki, all glories to you. Like a comet bearing an indescribably terrifying sword, you annihilate the wicked barbarian kings at the end of Kali Yuga.
O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who has assumed these 10 different incarnations, all glory to you. O readers, please hear this most excellent hymn by the poet Jayadeva, for it bestows happiness and good fortune, and it is the best thing in this dark world.
O Lord Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you, who incarnate in these 10 forms. In the form of Matsya, you rescue the Vedas. As Kurma, you bear Mount Mandara on your back. As Varaha, you lift the earth on your tusk. As Nrsimha, you tear open the chest of the demon Hiranyakashipu. As Vamana, you trick King Bali. As Parshuram, you slay all the wicked Kshatriyas. As Ramachandra, you defeat Ravan, the son of Pulastya. As Balaram, you carry a plow. As Lord Buddha, you show compassion toward all. And as Kalki, you kill the Mlechas.
Jai. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Now you know why kids loved Lord Nrsimha Dev. They didn't even pass the mic to the adults. Hare Krishna. Again, thank you all for coming and joining us on this most auspicious Nrsimha Caturdasi occasion. So for today, I thought we could read the section where the Srimad Bhagavatam describes the actual appearance of Lord Nrsimhadev, and also read one of the many prayers of Prahlad. So we'll start with verse chapter 8 of Canto 7. If Ramananda Prabhu can kindly project that, that'll be. Yeah, we'll come to this next. Maybe we can read the 7th canto, 8th chapter, translations. So as a background for those who may not have heard about the pastime, which I don't think many are, this is one of the pastimes of Lord Krishna, where he appears as Lord Nrsimhadev. Lord Nrsimha stands for the word Nrsimha. Nara means human being and Simha means lion. So in this particular form, Krishna appeared as a half man and half lion incarnation. It's a very unique form of the Lord, but he appeared for a particular purpose. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam shajamyaham. He says, whenever there is decline in the religious principles, I appear yuga after yuga. So the song we were singing today is describing many of the incarnations of the Lord, of which the 10, the Shavatar Stotra describes the 10 as the primary or principal incarnations, but then there are many, many incarnations. In the Srimad Bhagavatam it says there are as many incarnations as there are bubbles on the ocean. So like that. So because Lord is infinite, he takes infinite forms and to please his devotees. And the next verse of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says why he takes these incarnations. He says, Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkratam, dharma samstapana arthaya, sambhavami yuga yuga. I appear for 3 purposes. One is to protect my devotees, second is to annihilate the miscreants, and third is to re-establish the principles of dharma or religion. So, in this material world, we are all lost. So we don't know who we are, and we have a certain conception of life, and we are constantly actually fighting with each other. Most often our consciousness, if you look at it, it's always in this rebellious mode. That's because we originally inherited this rebellion by our rebellion to God, and that's why this material world is created. So generally, that's why in this material world, only if you cooperate with somebody, you should be actually surprised, because by default, by default, we all disagree with each other, right? So it's very rare to find a group of people, no matter what, that they agree. Just last week, we were I was driving with some colleagues, and they were discussing about how this great festival, Burning Man, was such a kind of a alternate way where people want to break free of rules, and then they create the man with all the items they bring to the festival, and then they burn the effigy at the end of the day. So it happened, and then the next year, the guy that burned the man, he got arrested, or he got chastised, because he wasn't the authorized person to burn the man. So you can see how these people are all trying to break away from the convention, but then they can't help create another convention there. That there's a protocol there. So there's always going to be disagreement, even in such a place where you say, and again, same thing with, there is this group that was trying to propose, or they are still trying to propose California to be separated from the US. And one of the first things, that outcome of that group is the group itself got separated. So this is the nature of this material world, where there's always dissension between all living entities, because our consciousness is not aligned with God. So we all have picked up our own conceptions of life. And then because of that, we create so much chaos in this world. And then the Lord is a kind parent. It's just like Sukeshwari, when she wants to deal with these kids, she gives them a place and the thing and everything, hoping that they will be doing the right thing. And after some time, when you come back, what happens? Chaos, right? So the teacher has to come periodically to just make sure that the rules are restored, and then like that. So that's the idea. And here in this particular pastime, Hiranyakashipu is the king of demons. So in fact, Shri Prahlad glorifies him as Ashura Varya, like he's like, the best of the demons. So he likes that kind of a title. So like that. So he epitomizes this tendency of rebellion against God, and you can see to the extent he will go in this pastime. That's why this pastime is so dramatic. People who don't read the scriptures, they think, scriptures are all for elderly people and old age and boring like that. But actually, if you look at these pastimes of the Lord, they are filled with so much variety of emotions, of intrigue, of violence, of protection, of love, of kindness, of compassion. So all these emotions are all like so interwoven to keep us so busy, just absorbing our consciousness in that, so that we don't have to look for anything outside. So that those ancient sages of India have put together all this massive literature, as you can see in these books, which have been mercifully translated by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He spent so much of his time just translating these books for our benefit, so that we don't have to seek nectar outside. Then we can stay in the shelter of the Srimad Bhagavatam and the words of the Acharyas. So in this particular pastime, as Srila Prabhupada is explaining here from the Bhagavatam, the 7th canto of the Bhagavatam explains how this great tyrannical king Hiranyakashipu, he wanted to conquer the universe, and he set out to do austerities. And as a result of his powerful austerities, he got benediction from Lord Brahma that he wanted to become immortal. And Brahma says, look, I myself am not immortal, so I can't give you that boon. Okay, he said he was trying to be a very intelligent person and he was thinking, okay, I'll just ask enough clauses in my conditions such that, I won't die. So this is the calculation of the materialistic person. Somehow or other we think you can achieve the goal. And then he says, okay, I should not die by a human being nor by an animal. I should not die in the day or in the night. I should not die with a weapon or with other things. I should not die in the house or outside the house, like that. So those who are software engineers, this is how we test software with different conditions. But as it happens in software, there are always boundary cases, right? So that is what Lord Nrsimha took advantage of. So Hiranyakashipu is not a very good test engineer. Yeah. So he's not that sharp after all. So he missed these cases, and that's why you can see this wonderful form of Nrsimha, as we will see here in this chapter. And so Hiranyakashipu got all these benedictions, and he thought he's unconquerable. And so he terrorized the universe. He got in control of all the other sages, and he stopped the sacrifices, and he was practically ruling the entire universe. He was complete ruler except for one thing. He couldn't rule over his son, 5-year-old boy Prahlad, because Prahlad, he was born as a devotee. Even though Hiranyakashipu was such a demon, by Krishna's arrangement, Prahlad was actually born as a devotee. So Hiranyakashipu could have complete control over everything except his son. So on that, he could not take it. How can that happen? Right? So that's life. No matter who we are, what we do, there are always some things that will not be under our control. So that's when people freak out. They don't see how many things are working in their favor, but they'll focus on the things that are not working and then unnecessarily ruin their life. So Hiranyakashipu was trying to be nice to Prahlad in the beginning, hoping that he would not be a devotee, he would not worship Vishnu. The reason Hiranyakashipu was so upset at Prahlad was because Hiranyakashipu's brother Hiranyaksha was killed by Lord Vishnu, and here his own son is actually worshipping Vishnu. So he couldn't take that. So he tried to educate Prahlad. So that's what modern education is all about. Actually forgetting God. So this happened even at such a that stage, because they hope they brainwash you and forget about God and be like everybody else. Don't be aloof like that. So Prahlad, his faith is so strong. We'll be reading about that in the verse if we get some time. He was completely, he felt Lord Krishna's presence everywhere, and he didn't have any fear. So because this small boy didn't have any fear, so Hiranyakashipu couldn't manage that. He knew everything, he needed to deal everything else, but he couldn't deal with such a devotee of such a staunch faith. So he thought, because he was a materialist, he thought, okay, let me try to do material arrangements by which I can bring him under control, and none of them worked. And then he sent to his teachers, and the teachers couldn't convince him. Instead, Prahlad tried to convince his classmates about Bhakti Yoga, and then they all started chanting. So that became an even bigger problem at the school. Then Hiranyakashipu said, okay, now finally I need to get rid of him. And then he asked his guards to take him and roll him off of a mountain. But then, Lord Krishna caught him and saved him. And then he put him in a pot of boiling oil, and then Prahlad was survived. So he put in a room full of snakes, but none of these material things could affect Prahlad. This is because Supreme Lord is situated in the heart as Paramatma in everyone's being. So they say, Rake Krishna Mareke and Mare Krishna Rakeke. If Krishna wants to protect you, nobody can kill you. And if Krishna wants to kill you, nobody can protect you. So, like that, Krishna is in complete control. Actually, Krishna is in complete control. Hiranyakashipu was thinking that he was in control out of illusion. But the real control is Krishna, and here he is protecting his favorite devotee, Prahlad. Now, after all these attempts, this thing, and then Hiranyakashipu also had some conversations with Prahlad, and they didn't go far. And then the Bhagavatam describes how this history happened, how Prahlad learnt all this subject matters when he was in the womb of his mother, Kayadu, in the ashram of Narada Muni. So that shows, how the consciousness is there even at the, such an early stage of the life, even in the womb. In fact, the reason the womb develops is because of the presence of consciousness or the Atma. So all these things are there in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the signs of pregnancy and the signs of consciousness. And then finally, it came to a point, Hiranyakashipu couldn't deal with all these things. He wanted to kill Prahlad directly. So this is the epitome of his attempt to, gain mastery over this. So now we will read the portion, and then you can see how Lord Nrsimhadev appears, and then we'll read one verse after this where Shri Prahlad prays to Lord Nrsimhadev. So we'll read from, this. Shri Narada Vacha, Ata Daitya Sutta Sarve, Shrutva Tad Anuvarnitam, Jagrur Nirvadyatvan, Naiva Gurv Anusikshitam. Narada Muni continued, all the sons of the demons appreciated the transcendental instructions of Prahlad Maharaj and took them very seriously. They rejected the materialistic instructions given by their teachers Shanda and Amarka. We'll read the translations from now on, since we don't have a lot of time. When Shanda and Amarka, the sons of Sukracharya, observed that all the students, the sons of the demons, were becoming advanced in Krishna consciousness because of the association of Prahlad Maharaj, they were afraid. They approached the king of the demons and described the situation as it was. When Hiranyakashipu understood the entire situation, he was extremely angry, so much so that his body trembled. Thus he finally decided to kill his son Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu was by nature very cruel, and feeling insulted, he began hissing like a snake, trampled upon by someone's foot. His son Prahlad was peaceful, mild and gentle. His senses were under control, and he stood before Hiranyakashipu with folded hands. According to Prahlad's age and behavior, he was not to be chastised. Yet, with staring, crooked eyes, Hiranyakashipu rebuked him with the following harsh words. Damodar Prabhu, you want to read the next 5 verses? Actually, you can read up to 10. Can you give that mic, Prabhu?
Yeah. Hiranyakashipu said, O most impudent, most unintelligent, disruptor of the family, O lowest of mankind, you have violated my power to rule you, and therefore you are an obstinate fool. Today I shall send you to the place of Yamraj. My son Prahalad, you rascal, you know that when I am angry, all the planets of the three worlds tremble, along with the chief rulers. By whose power has a rascal like you become so impudent that you appear fearless and overstep my power to rule you? Prahlad Maharaj said, My dear king, the source of my strength of which you are asking is also the source of yours. Indeed, the original source of all kind of strength is one. He is not only your strength or mine, but the only strength for everyone. Without him, no one can get any strength. Whether moving or not moving, superior or inferior, everyone, including Lord Brahma, is controlled by the strength of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the supreme controller and time factor, is the power of the senses, the power of the mind, the power of the body, and the vital force of the senses. His influence is unlimited. He is the best of all living entities, the controller of the three modes of material nature. By his own power, he creates this cosmic manifestation, maintains it, and annihilates it also. Prahlad Maharaj continued, My dear father, please give up your demoniac mentality. Do not discriminate in your heart between enemies and friends. Make your mind equipoised towards everyone. Except for the uncontrolled and misguided mind, there is no enemy within this world. When one sees everyone on the platform of equality, one then comes to the position of worshipping the Lord perfectly.
Jai, we can read that also.
Thank you. In former times, there are many fools like you who did not conquer the 6 enemies that steal away the wealth of the body. These fools were very proud, thinking, I have conquered all enemies in all the 10 directions. But if a person is victorious over the 6 enemies and is equipoised towards all living entities, for him there is no enemies. Enemies are merely imagined by one in ignorance.
Jai. Gandharva Mataji, can you continue? We'll continue. 11th.
Hiranyakashipu replied, You rascal, you're trying to minimize my value as if you were better than me at controlling the senses. This is over-intelligent. I can therefore understand that you desire to die at my hands, for this kind of nonsensical talk is indulged in by those about to die. Oh, most unfortunate Prahalad, you have always described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is the controller of everyone, and who is all-pervading. But where is he? If he is everywhere, then why is he not present before me in this pillar? Because you are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now sever your head from your body. Now let me see your most worshipable God come to protect you. I want to see it. Being obsessed with anger, Hiranyakashipu, who was very great in bodily strength, thus chastised his exalted devotee son Prahalada with harsh words. Cursing him again and again, Hiranyakashipu took up his sword, got up from his royal throne, and with great anger struck his fist against the column.
Yeah.
Then from within the pillar came a fearful sound which appeared to crack the covering of the universe. Oh my dear Yudhishthira, this sound reached even the abodes of the demigods like Lord Brahma, and when the demigods heard it, they thought, oh, now our planets are being destroyed.
Jai. Harivamsa Prabhu, can you read the next 5 verses?
Thank you, Prabhu. While showing his extraordinary prowess, Hiranyakashipu, who desired to kill his own son, heard that wonderful tumultuous sound which had never before been heard. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demons were afraid. None of them could find the origin of that sound in the assembly. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial, in other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall.
Jai Shri Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai.
While Hiranyakashipu looked all around to find the source of that sound, that wonderful form of the Lord, which could not be ascertained to be either a man or a lion, emerged from the pillar. In amazement, Hiranyakashipu wondered, "What is this creature that is half man and half lion?" Hiranyakashipu studied the form of the Lord, trying to decide who the form of Nrsimhadev standing before him was. The Lord's form was extremely fearsome because of his angry eyes, which resembled molten gold, his shining mane, which expanded the dimensions of his fearful face, his deadly teeth, and his razor-sharp tongue, which moved about like a dueling sword. His ears were erect and motionless, and his nostrils and gaping mouth appeared like caves of a mountain. His jaws parted fearfully, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was very short and thick, his chest broad, his waist thin, and the hairs on his body as white as the rays of the moon. His arms, which resembled flanks of soldiers, spread in all directions as he killed the demons, rogues, and atheists with his conch shell, disc, club, lotus, and other natural weapons.
Jai. Mayapur Bihari Prabhu, you want to read the next few verses? So thank you, Harivansha Prabhu. You almost made it a drama.
Hiranyakashipu murmured to himself, "Lord Vishnu, who possesses great mystic power, has made this plan to kill me. But what is the use of such an attempt? Who can fight with me?" Thinking like this and taking up his club, Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord like an elephant. Just as a small insect falls forcibly into a fire and the insignificant creature becomes invisible, when Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord, who was full of effulgence, Hiranyakashipu became invisible. This is not at all astonishing, for the Lord is always situated in pure goodness. Formerly, during creation, he entered the dark universe and illuminated it by spiritual effulgence. Thereafter, the great demon Hiranyakashipu, who was extremely angry, swiftly attacked Nrsimhadev with his club and began to beat him. Lord Nrsimhadev, however, captured the great demon along with his club, just as Garuda might capture a great snake. O Yudhishthir, O great son of Bharat, when Lord Nrsimhadev gave Hiranyakashipu a chance to slip from his hand, just as Garuda sometimes plays with a snake and lets it slip from his mouth, the demigod who had lost their abodes and who were hiding behind the clouds for fear of the demon did not consider that incident very good. Indeed, they were perturbed. When Hiranyakashipu was freed from the hands of Nrsimhadev, he falsely thought that the Lord was afraid of his prowess. Therefore, after taking a little rest from the fight, he took up his sword and shield and again attacked the Lord with great force.
Balimardan Prabhu, can you read the next set of verses, Prabhu?
Making a loud, shrill sound of laughter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, who is extremely strong and powerful, captured Hiranyakashipu, who was protecting himself with his sword and shield. Leaving no gaps open, with the speed of a hawk, Hiranyakashipu moved sometimes in the sky and sometimes on the earth. his eyes closed because of fear of Nrsimha Dev's laughter. As a snake captures a mouse or Garuda captures a very venomous snake, Lord Nrsimha Dev captured Hiranyakashipu, who could not be pierced even by the thunderbolt of King Indra. As Hiranyakashipu moved his limbs here, there and all around, very much afflicted at being captured, Lord Nrsimha Dev placed the demon on his lap, supporting him with his thighs. And the doorway of the assembly hall, the Lord very easily tore the demon to pieces with the nails of his hand.
Jai. Jai. You can continue.
Continue, okay. Lord Nrsimha Dev's mouth and mane were sprinkled with drops of blood, and his fierce eyes, full of anger, were impossible to look at, licking the edge of his mouth with his tongue. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Nrsimha Dev, decorated with a garland of intestines taken from Hiranyakashipu's abdomen, resembled a lion that had just killed an elephant. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had many, many arms, first uprooted Hiranyakashipu's heart and then threw him aside and turned toward the demon's soldiers. These soldiers had come in thousands to fight with him with raised weapons and were very faithful followers of Hiranyakashipu. But Lord Nrsimha Dev killed all of them merely with the ends of his nails. The hair on Nrsimha Dev's head shook the clouds and scattered them here and there. His glaring eyes told the effulgence of the luminaries in the sky, and his breathing agitated the seas and oceans. Because of his roaring, all the elephants in this world began to cry in fear.
We can go to Navin Prabhu.
Airplanes were thrown into outer space and the upper planetary system by the hair on Nrsimhadev's head. Because of the pressure of the Lord's lotus feet, the earth appeared to slip from its position, and all the hills and mountains sprang up due to his intolerable force. Because of the Lord's bodily effulgence, both the sky and all directions diminished in their natural illumination. Manifesting a full effulgence and a fearsome countenance, Lord Nrsimha, being very angry and finding no contestant to face his power and opulence, then sat down in the assembly hall on the excellent throne of the king. Because of fear and obedience, no one could come forward to serve the Lord directly. Hiranyakashipu had been exactly like a fever of meningitis in the head of the three worlds. Thus when the wives of the demigods in the heavenly planets saw that the great demon had been killed by the personal hands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, their faces blossomed in great joy. The wives of the demigods again and again showered flowers from heaven upon Lord Nrsimhadev like rain. At that time, the airplanes of the demigods who desired to see the activities of the Supreme Lord Narayan crowded the sky. The demigods began beating drums and kettle drums, and upon hearing them, the angelic women began to dance, while the chiefs of the Gandharvas sang sweetly.
Thank you, Prabhu. So after this, we'll see there are all these people from different planetary systems. They offer prayers to Lord Nrsimhadev, and then still the Lord is not pacified. And then Lord Brahma invites Prahlad to appease the Lord by his prayers, because it's after all for Prahlad that the Lord appeared. There are many prayers, so we'll just read one prayer, and then you are ready for that thing. And then Priya Kishori will lead us into some prayers by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. You can get ready. And so, Prabhu, can you quote 7928, that other tab? It's in the... you have it on the other tab, that one. So there are many, many beautiful prayers. Can we read the Sanskrit also? We can recite together. Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kope kama bekama manuya prapatan prasangat kritvat masat surashina bhagavan grihita soham katam nu visruje tava britya sevam. My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because of my association with material desires, one after another, I was gradually falling into a blind well full of snakes, following the general populace. But your servant Narada Muni kindly accepted me as his disciple and instructed me how to achieve this transcendental position. Therefore, my first duty is to serve him. How could I leave his service? So that shows Prahlad's consciousness. He's so grateful for the instructions he received from Narada Muni, because of which he got this faith that Lord Nrsimhadev is everywhere, and then that faith saved his life. And as we saw earlier, Lord Nrsimhadev, to keep up his promise and to show that his faith is correct, actually appeared from the pillar on this very day. And he's again made the appearance here for our benefit. So we'll have a Abhishek shortly. Before that, Priyakeshwari, are you ready? You can. Okay. You want to say something? Okay. Hare Krishna. So any realizations some devotees want to share while we get ready? Yes.
A couple of points struck me. The one was that when Prahlad Maharaj says the most enemy is our own uncontrollable mind. It's not that we are enemy outside, it's our own uncontrollable mind is the biggest enemy for us. And the second thing, when Nrsimhadev was playing with Hiranyakasipu, and then he just got sleep, then all the demigod got feared. And then, so I think in the purport or in somewhere Prabhupada explains that how sometimes we see that materialistic people, when they apparently sees that they are flourishing, but at the end, Lord takes care at end that everything gets equal, that they will get their, they will get the whatever, apparently they might get happy, like how that Hiranyakasipu got left from the lords. Similarly, they might be apparently happy, but at end they will get killed in the sense they will be. So that 2 points stuck to me. Thank you.
Even in the movies these days, sometimes the hero seems to lose, and then that's to increase the excitement, right? So that's all. So you can see everything comes from the Bhagavatam, right? These are all like 5,000 years ago. These ideas were already there.
Should we do translation?
Sure. You want to sing, right?
Yeah. We'll read the translation first. Okay. So we'll just read the translation of these 5 prayers written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur to Lord Nrsimhadev. Within my sinful heart, the 6 enemies headed by lust perpetually reside, as well as duplicity, the desire for fame, plus sheer cunning. At the lotus feet of Lord Nrsimha, I hope that he will mercifully purify my heart and give me the desire to serve Lord Krishna. Weeping, I will beg at the lotus feet of Lord Nrsimha for the benediction of worshipping Radha and Krishna in Navadvip, perfectly safe and free from all difficulties. When will this Lord Hari, whose terrible form strikes fear into fear itself, ever become pleased and show me his mercy? Even though Lord Nrsimha is terrifying toward the sinful souls, he offers great auspiciousness unto the devotees of Lord Krishna, headed by Prahlad Maharaj. When will he be pleased to speak words of compassion unto me, a worthless fool, and thereby make me fearless? He will say, Dear child, sit down freely and live happily here in Sri Gauranga Dham. May you nicely worship the divine couple, and may you develop loving attachment for their holy names. By the mercy of my devotees, all obstacles are cast far away. With a purified heart, just perform the worship of Radha and Krishna, for such worship overflows with sweet nectar. Saying this, will that Lord delightedly place his own divine lotus feet upon my head, I will experience sublime love for the divine couple Radha Krishna and undergo the ecstatic transformations called Sattvika. Falling on the ground, I will roll about at the door of Sri Nrsimha's temple. He dushta hridaye kama adiri puchaya. Kutinati pratisthasya satya sadaraya
ಸೋದನರ ಕೃಷ್ಣರ ವಸನ ನರಸಿಂಹ ಚೌರನಿ ಮೋರ ಹರಿತೋ ಕಮಾನ ಕಾಂಡಿಯ ನರಸಿಂಹ ಪದೋ ಮಾಗಿಬ ಕಖಾನ निरापदे नवदीपे जुगल बजाना बाय बाय पाय दर्शन सहारी प्रसन्न होइब कबे मोरे दयाकारी यद्यपि भीषण मूर्ति दुष्ट जीव प्रहति प्रह्लादादि कृष्ण भक्त जाने भद्राती कभी वह प्रसन्न होए सकृप बचाने निर्भय करिबे मूढ़ किंचाने स्वच्छंदी परिसहे वत्स श्री गौरांग धामे जुगल भजन हाओ रति हाओ नामे भक्त कृपा भाले विघ्न जब दूरा सुधा चित्त बजो राधा कृष्ण रस पूरा मस्तक उपारा श्री चरण हर्ष दारी ईश्वरा आमनी जुगल प्रेम सात्विक विकार दाराया लुटिब आमे श्री नरसिंह द्वारे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Thank you so much all for coming today for this auspicious occasion of Shri Nrsimha Caturdasi. Very soon the Lord will come out of the pillar. Actually, it's the dust time, correct? Are you all ready? What we are going to do next is, in ISV traditional style, we have the most awaited monthly Sankirtan result announcements going to happen. So what we will do is, in a very organized way, we'll get on both sides and create a small way in between so that Prabhupada can see the deities. So let's organize ourselves in next 90 seconds and get ourselves here so that our Sankirtan leaders can be ready for doing the offering. Thank you so much. There's a lot to come today, okay? Hare Krishna.